Moving on to the next walk on anti-Semitism. So, last week, I'm not going to say I had an opportunity or distinction, but I was invited to preview some unredacted, uncensored videos from the attack on October 7th in Israel by the Israeli consul and the Miami Jewish Federation, along with many other elected officials around Miami-Dade. The purpose of this was to show the elected officials what happened, because unfortunately there is a strong voice opposing this, saying that it is made up, and a lot of other accusations of the sort. I will spare you the gruesome videos that I had to witness, and it was not easy to do, but I witnessed it because it is important that there is a witness to this story and this horrific incident. But I think the only thing worse than what happened October 7th is for the people to pretend it didn't happen and try to silence this message. And unfortunately, that is what we're seeing here in Surfside as well. Anti-Semitism is running rampant across the U.S. ever since the attack. And I don't mean taking sides in a political fight. I mean anti-Semitism. When you go ahead and condone the actions by terrorists, raping women, killing children, kidnapping, there's no reason to go ahead and make an excuse for that. You cannot condone it, no matter what the political reason is for that. And we're seeing that across the U.S. in colleges, and that's become a big issue in the press and the media. And on Surfside, unfortunately, we see these kinds of things all the time. I know my commissioners have sat next to me listening to residents say statements like, "You people are ruining our town." That is kind of common up here, unfortunately, and I usually have to sit here and take it because I try to present a certain thing a certain composure when I'm sitting up here as the mayor, but I'm not going to be silent anymore because it is not right to do so. And even though we have a resident here smirking who comes here with a Jewish star on her shirt, she says the most offensive things. And there's a lot of things that go on there. There was a comment somebody made online recently that I went ahead and went to Flanagan's and basically demanded that they close down from Friday night to Saturday evening on the Sabbath, or it won't be good for their business, essentially blackmailing them. These rumors are anti-Semitic in nature. A post by another resident on Nextdoor saying that the Israelis are invading, taking a photo of my office, which has an Israeli flag displayed in my office. Even going as far back as a couple of years ago, where there was a text message by residents saying, when I ran for office, saying that I was going to shut the parks on Sabbath and separate the pool swimming to make it kosher. These are anti-Semitic in nature. Doesn't matter who it's coming from or what they're wearing on their shirt either. And unfortunately now I sit here up here trying to compose myself, but I have to call out one of our elected officials that are sitting here. Commissioner Maischeid has sent multiple emails and have gone to multiple residents, and I'm sitting here with all the emails trying to rally people against the posters that went up displaying the kidnapped victims of children's, women, seniors, Holocaust. And there's a little... okay.
A lie out.
Commissioner, I'm holding emails from you.
This is not anti-Semitism. This
Hello.
is anti-show.
I just wanted everyone to know that I had a meeting with the town manager today
This is like
regarding the response I received over the weekend
from residents, and they cannot lie.
Commissioner, this is your email.
Because they are afraid to talk about it.
They were totally confidential.
The town manager about emails that I received and how can I get back to them. And this is outrageous. They do not feel comfortable talking about anything, so I bring it to the town manager and read the emails. This is not from me. These are emails from the residents because they do not feel comfortable talking because they're afraid they're going to be called anti-Semitic. And you are causing this.
Okay, so I'm reading your email right now, not from the residents, Commissioner.
That I was responding to them.
Mm-hmm.
And how did you get those
The good
emails?
news, again, the good news is that the hostage banners came down this afternoon.
There's such decorum.
Yes.
Does that sound like somebody?
Yes, because I talked to the town manager about the emails, and he lied to me. He told me they were coming down.
I have four threads. I have four email threads of yours going after the hostage banners, going after synagogues and the shuls, going after an Israeli flag, saying that the town is
putting this
unsafe.
out of context.
Your words, Commissioner.
This is what causes anti-Semitic.
You proactively went out to the residents and said, right here,
received emails.
right here, a proactive email from you asking, how do you feel about the offensive signs being placed in town? That is your email being proactive. Okay,
Who did you get this email
My
from?
point is proven. The emails are public record for everybody to see.
Of course you can.
They're offensive and inappropriate posters is how you define them.
creating
And you proactively reached out.
I'm the
You
only
are an
one that-
anti-Semite, and I'm going to call you out for that.
I am the only resident, only commissioner that people can talk to me about this because
You proactively went out looking for problems, Commissioner. You
I
proactively
did
reached out.
not.
I am sitting here with 3 Jewish commissioners.
Excuse me.
Wow.
Through the mayor, I would like to speak to the
I'm a minute
manager.
talking.
Wow.
I sat down with you with emails I received from residents because I said they were afraid to talk to anybody else, and they came to me. And I asked you for your response, and then I gave a response. This is outrageous, outlandish. So, did you?
You interrupted me. I have an email that you sent out to your people. It says, hello,
My people?
how do you feel about these non-code compliant political banners being installed on the construction fence across from Town Hall? You went ahead and created a group and a survey, and then your email says,
Sir,
I just wanted everyone to know
I would like to see my
responded
group
to
read
this survey and told the
behind
town
this,
manager. This is all public right
Is-
here, Commissioner.
What is the point
This is
behind this?
outrageous. You're
You
turning
are
this
taking
around.
proactive
You
measures to
are
create hate in this community.
proactive.
You are an
You are the
anti-Semite.
one who
You are
creates
called
all
out.
the hate.
You're creating
You are the one who creates all the hate.
I call
You create all the hate. You're the one
I
who
am
does it.
currently promoting
Emails and
a
lies
film
and stuff.
director to help your cause.
Really, how?
And that is not
Director on what, Commissioner?
That is not anti-Semitic.
A film director on what?
Who wants to donate everything to the Jewish community.
So then why would you go ahead and go after the synagogues? Why
I
would you
am
go
not
after
going after
You are
any
proactively asking
When
for
are you creating this?
Ladies
You
and gentlemen, the information is public. All you have to do is ask for it. All right? Now, what I'm going to do is go
Well,
ahead and make a
it's
motion
only the
because
form-
apparently you seem to think that these signs are inappropriate and
They
offensive.
are inappropriate.
They are on people's private property, and I think the town manager, after
They-
receiving multiple emails from you, may benefit
They are
from some direction on the
inappropriate
Commissioner.
because
It is not
they
inappropriate to show children that
victims.
have been kidnapped.
They are
138
inappropriate.
people still being held by terrorists.
Opinion. Why
There's
don't we take
138
note of all the
children,
residents?
women, and seniors being held by terrorists.
Residents
Why isn't that okay?
emails.
Commissioner,
Mary
This
Ann.
is your
called out.
opinion.
I'm sorry you're upset. You've
This
been
is
called out.
ridiculous.
You've been
What he's
called out.
trying to do here is to distract you and to make you want to try to quit so his buddy over here can get your seat.
All right, anyways,
That's
I'm going
exactly
to make
what
a
he's
motion
trying to do. We
to
know
direct the town
exactly
manager
what
to allow for these signs to be on private property.
distraction, and it's disgusting and despicable.
So
how
what-
you're
I was told,
I will second
as
that.
I was told, the town manager is at his discretion, not yours.
Did you hear the motion?
Did you hear the motion? We're going to have to repeat ourselves.
You are horrible. You're indespicable. No, I didn't hear the motion.
I have never reached out to somebody to proactively create hate in my community, Commissioner.
Mayor,
You
excuse
create
me.
hate here every day.
Stand up for me.
Mayor, Commissioner, please. There's no need to point fingers. I'm going to speak now.
Wow.
You're pointing your finger at me.
Yes.
Commissioner.
And this is outrageous.
With all due respect, we need
I
one.
came to you.
Commissioner, with all due respect,
Residents'
Commissioner,
emails.
Commissioner, I'm trying to speak.
That's all against the
Not
women in this commission.
Commissioner, I'm trying to speak, please.
Yep.
I'm trying to assist you. I'm trying to speak. Two things. We cannot conduct this meeting the way it's right now, one person at a time. Otherwise, I will call for a recess or I will send the clerks home. We're not doing it this way.
Okay, so let's send the
Secondly,
clerks home.
Commissioner-
Let's call for a recess.
Commissioner,
let's
secondly-
let's close
Commissioner,
this meeting.
secondly-
because if you're going to come here and attack
Commissioner,
fellow
secondly-
commissioners this way,
Commissioner,
then
you're
we
out of
should
order.
Close this meeting.
Commissioner,
the clerks should be
secondly-
going home.
second-
This is ridiculous, and for you to come and threaten us
Commissioner,
with that,
you're
then
out
do
of
it.
order, Commissioner.
Do it.
Commissioner,
Stop yelling.
Secondly,
In front of the public.
Do it, Hector. Don't
Sec-
come here
Commissioner,
and tell
be
us that
respectful
you're gonna close this meeting
and be quiet.
and you're going to send the clerks home.
Commissioner.
Then do
Creating
it.
anti-Semitism.
Commissioner,
Secondly-
These are serious
Speak differently.
accusations that this man is
Secondly-
pending here.
I did not provide anything. If there was a public records pulled for my emails, I am not knowing of this. I cannot speak to that.
Of course not.
I did not provide anything.
Liar.
Can I be clear about that? I did not provide any emails pertaining to any private conversations, to any emails that were sent to me.
Of course,
I
he
could
prints
speak
them out
to
and
our
he gives them to
dialogue.
him.
Commissioner, stop interrupting, please.
Lastly, I could speak to our dialogue as we have spoken.
Wow.
Yes.
But that is a conversation between you and you asked me the questions. I'll put them out there for anyone.
And I came to you with the emails. I said, you need to hear these. These residents are talking to me, emailing me, because they don't feel like their voice can be heard here. I am their voice.
You
I am not being anti-Semitic. I am letting their voice shine because they've been declined to be able to talk in this forum. They can't talk in the forum. They can't address everybody because they're going to be called anti-Semitic. And it's time to have freedom of speech, which I thought I had with you coming forward. And now it's turned into I'm anti-Semitic because
You're upset because you're caught.
Because I am relaying the voices of the people in this
on election day. I had a resident tell me when I asked him for an Israeli flag, he goes and tells me he doesn't have a Hamas flag. When have I ever
Let's continue.
been violent or expressed any other than support for Israel and for the Jewish community for someone to tell me that I don't have a Hamas flag, like I'm a terrorist? And this is the kind of stuff that you, Mr. Mayor, spew all over town, putting your hatred everywhere, telling people that we're anti-Semitic. You're the one who's the horrible person here. You're the one who creates all this divisiveness, all this hatred. How dare you even come here to attack another fellow commissioner, a female one at that?
All right,
you are such a...
You're out of order, Commissioner.
Discriminate against women. You discriminate against females. You discriminate against Hispanic women. And then you come over here with your little jokes about Hialeah and all this ridiculous stuff. You're a disgrace to this town.
Now, do I feel like I can't come and speak my voice? I'm called anti-Semitic.
Commissioner, it's called a public records request. Anybody can make it.
I can talk to
Again,
anybody.
The first email in the thread is you proactively reaching out to residents, not them coming to you, and then they respond.
I don't want you to.
And another point,
taking it out of
right here in an email on November 5th at 12:13. The first response is November 5th at 2:11 p.m. That's 2 hours later, Commissioner.
Out of context.
That is not taken out of
I
context.
resent this.
Mr. Mayor.
You are anti-Semitic.
We have a motion on the table. We're clear. We're going to combat anti-Semitism by directing the town manager to ignore your requests and allow the private vendor to put it on there.
I second that.
All right, let's get Mr. Kushner. 2 minutes, please.
When you first brought on this very serious walk-on item, this is one of the most serious
Sandra.
of our time. George Kushner, 9225 Collins.
Thank you.
It deserved serious discussion and frank discussion. But frankly, you are reprehensible, you are despicable, you are unfit for office. What has happened up here in the past 15 minutes is just a complete you-know-what show. I won't use the word because that'll get me tossed out. But you are despicable, Mayor. And what you've caused this commissioner and the other commissioner on this side, you all should be ashamed of yourself. Not you and not you, but you. And you two that support this guy. Unfit for office.
All three are unfit.
Thank you for your opinion, Mr. Kushner. Mrs. Salzauer, can't wait to hear from you.
Thank you. Eliana Salzauer, 9317 Bay Drive. I'm going to explain to you what my shirt says because you probably can't even read Hebrew. It says this shirt does not have a political message. Being Jewish is not a political message. You don't understand that because you made being Jewish your career here, okay? And it's disgusting that you're sounding the alarm in order to try to get people to rally around the wagons here. This is an incredibly loving community full of people that support the diversity in each other. You yourself went on and on opposing the flying of the gay pride flag because you said in your words that there should only be the Florida state flag being flown in this city. You went on and on and on. You solicited emails from your friends, the same thing you're accusing the commissioner of doing. You solicited emails to send in fake things about, oh, well, if we're flying a gay pride flag, I want to fly a Nazi flag and I want to fly this flag. And in fact, some of your friends sitting here right now are people that wrote those emails. And that's all public record as well. Okay? What's going on in this town is not a Jew problem. It's a you problem. Y-O-U. Okay, and I would do if there's another, and I begged. Went to the Orthodox community. I said, "Is there anyone here that will please run for office because we deserve to have representation?" Okay, I know so many amazing Orthodox members of this community, and none of them want to touch this with a 10-foot pole. Okay, you have turned this into a scam of a political career of a job. You've made anti-Semitism into your business. You literally started a PAC called 1,000 Jews of Florida, where you pretend to be nonpartisan, and yet all you do is use taxpayer dollars to go to Republican events. This is you trying to turn your nothing career into a future, okay? And don't do it off the back of the suffering of real Jewish suffering. That's disgusting, okay? And the Jewish community never appointed you to be the spokesperson. I'm sorry to say that, okay? So you're not Shlomo HaMelech here, okay? You are Shlomo Danziger, a resident of Surfside, and you're going to be going back to your house in March because the residents are not going to tolerate leadership like that. It's divisive. This community deserves leadership that will bring us together, not that will
Thank you,
divide.
Mrs. Salzauer. If I wasn't the person I am, I'd be calling you out too, because you are all over this, all over it, your name. So I would be nervous if I were you too. You'd come here and you talk about diversity and equity and inclusion. Your name is all over. Please sit down. You are done. Mrs. Salzauer, sit down. You are done, Mrs. Salzauer.
Done, Mr.
Mrs. Salzauer, sit down or I'm having you removed. You
Danziger.
understood? Sit down.